Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick book review on Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi, and this book has been really popular here on BookTube, especially I think last year. I saw it everywhere, and as it is usually with really hyped books, I tend to avoid them because I have this fear that they're not going to live up to the hype and I'm going to be really disappointed. It's happened a lot. That's why I kind of put off reading this book as long as I did. Most of you are probably going to be familiar with the story. This is a story about two sisters who were born in Ghana. One is sold into slavery and sent to the US, and the other one is married off to an Englishman and lives kind of a cushy lifestyle compared to her sister. Effia the Beauty, as she's known, her descendants stay in Africa, and then Essie, her descendants are in the United States. So the story covers 300 years, and each chapter kind of interchanges between a descendant from Effia and a descendant from Essie. The story is kind of structured in what looks to be like a vignette or a short story. So you only are able to get to know this descendant for a very short time. It's kind of like a glimpse into each descendant's life. And I think the structure of this book, the fact that it's kind of switching from one descendant to the other as we go forward in time, I think it's a pro, and at the same time it's a con. I think it's a pro because obviously Gyasi is able to cover 300 years of history from both points of view, the points of view of those who were forced to move to the United States from Africa, and then she's also able to cover history that's going on in Africa at the time. So we're kind of seeing two sides of the coin, and then we're able to meet very different characters with different lives and different motivations, and so that's, you kind of get a sense of you know, each of the descendants and how they were able to propel forward and move forward. However, it's a con because you kind of can get confused. The chapters are titled with the descendant's name, so if you're not paying attention or keeping things in check, you're gonna have to flip to the front of the book, which it has a very useful chart where you can see kind of like each generation. If you're not paying attention, you can kind of, you know, second guess, like, well, are we talking about a descendant of Essie, a descendant of Effia, like whose child is this? You have to make an effort to keep track of everybody. And so I think that's why it's, for me, a pro and a con. A pro because I was able to get a great overview of 300 years of history, but it's also a con because I was only able to be with the character for such a short time. Some of the characters I forgot about as I moved forward. Some of the characters I couldn't keep track of, and sometimes I would lose focus because I would have to like flip to the front of the book to figure out who I'm talking about and who I'm with at the time. However, this was beautifully written. I absolutely loved the writing style of this book. I really did feel like I knew these characters, even though I was only going to have a short time with them and only a couple of pages to really get to know them. Gyasi is just such a talented writer that she will put you with that character even though you've never been with them before, and you can get a really well-rounded view of who they are as a person. And I think only very few writers can succeed at doing that, and so the fact that this is her debut novel is just crazy to me. She did an amazing job. She also reminded me slightly of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's book Half of a Yellow Sun. They have this just talent of capturing so much of a character in just a few words, and so I love that. And Adichie is one of my favorite writers, so I'm super excited I have another writer to keep track of and see what else they write. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. I would have given it 5, but there was just something about the fact that I forgot these characters that I can't get over the fact that even though I felt like I was with them at the time, they didn't stick with me. So that was probably the one thing that just kept me from giving it that full 5 stars. But let me know if you've read this book because it's a very popular book, so I'm sure that you guys have even heard, like at least heard about it. I really enjoyed it. I'm really glad that this book actually lived up to the hype, and I cannot wait to see what else she writes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.